Hello, everyone, and good evening once again. Dr. Alalade here at Ask the Gynecologist, and tonight I'll be talking about ovulation. We started this discussion yesterday, and I went into full details about ovulation and some few important nuggets about it. And I'm very, very sure that you learned a lot yesterday, definitely. And today we'll be concluding this session. As I promised yesterday, it's going to be a two-part session. Obviously, we couldn't do everything within 1 hour yesterday, so I said I'll be on again today to talk about ovulation. So if you're free, join me once again, and we're going to start shortly. I know my baby is probably going to go and be with her mom now because she's not interested in this definitely, but she wants to say hi, and we'll be starting shortly. I'm waiting for people to join as always. Now, you aware that ATG is I think baby has to go now so I can focus. ATG online is one of the biggest groups on Facebook, and where we talk about female gynecological problems. We discuss this all the time, and the idea is that people learn more about their body, learn more about how the body of a female works, most especially for ladies and also for any people, any person, man or woman that is interested in coming here. So with regards to everyone tonight, let us start this discussion. I don't want to take too much time, as I know that people are already getting ready to sleep. In UK here, we are 1 hour behind Nigerian time, so people are definitely in bed now or probably on traffic on their way home. Once again, I want to say my name is Dr. J. Dr. Lalade at Ask the Gynecologist, and I'm one of your favorite favorite online doctors, eh? So let us start. Anyway, just as a matter of joke. Yesterday, if you were at the program, at our talk yesterday, I explained deeply, clearly about ovulation. And I also made it clear that ovulation is very, very central to getting pregnant, whether you're using your own eggs or using another person's eggs. If you're going to use your own eggs, definitely we need to make you ovulate. If you're going to get pregnant naturally, obviously you need to ovulate naturally. Even if you're going to use donor eggs, we have to stimulate somebody and retrieve their eggs. So ovulation must happen directly or indirectly, whether through you or through egg donor. I know there's so many stuff about egg donor donation and stuff like that in the media, but the fact is, after all said and done, there must be a way where we can get people to donate eggs if they want to assist people that need eggs. Many women out there need eggs to get pregnant, and there are women out there as well who are willing to donate. So definitely there must be a way we can find things to be matched up so that there will be no painful experiences in any way. And I'm sure the people at the end of affairs, they are working towards this. But for you out there that are willing to donate eggs to mothers to be, well done to you. For the mothers that are out there also going through these times and that they're brave to collect egg donor or to collect donor eggs, God bless you all. These things we have to work together to achieve the common goal. And the goal is that to make every woman, every mom that wants to be able to carry their own baby and have a baby to love, which they want. So that is the goal of ATG, and that's my desire for everyone. The things we do here on ATG actually is free. It costs nothing. It's work, and our work is designed to be done for free. But if we don't institute sort of some kind of catch and control premium services like we do, we'll be overwhelmed, and it can be very, very exhausting. I spend almost 85% of my waking hours on the phone. My wife knows that, because we have to answer people. If you text me within 10 minutes, I'll reply you, even less than that. The reason that I don't want any woman to be out there waiting for answers. I want the doctors to be very close to a woman whenever they want, so that we can get things sorted. That is our desire at ATG. And if you've been on ATG for a long time, definitely you will know that. So let's talk about ovulation today. We talked yesterday about what you should expect from all this egg white discharge, why it's not important. We talked about the most important things about having regular intercourse. Hello everyone on Instagram, Star Beauty Makeover, Reg Shot 4, Besawula, Worry Girl New York, Domingo Vera, Anna, and Chidima Oji. How are you? Chidima Gift, Onyema, Deborah, Oko, Janet, Sheena, Johnson, Dokie. And we have people joining already. Tiamiyu, Kabirat Bolanle, Gwen, Rashidat Bello Adeyemi, We have blessing. Something. I saw one blessing now. Olori Abeke Awoni. Olori Abeke Awoni, how are you? Rabiat. Kola Oyebanji. Kola Oyebanji, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Achime Chinaza Mercy. If I've missed your name, please forgive me. These things move fast. I saw one blessing now. I can't find that blessing anymore. But blessings always with us. Blessings with me. Blessings with you. By the grace of God. So Vivian, Dico Briggs, Edith Oyedibe, Indidigwe, Mary Okiria. Good evening. How are you too? China Zo Benedicta, a raw blessing. How are you? Mary Aderemi Badegeshin. Thank you so much. Tracy Okos. On Instagram here, we have Glow Fast Travel. We have Omali Chatari, Vivian Essential. Thank you guys, girls. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for being here. And on YouTube as well, welcome. On Instagram, welcome. On Facebook, how are you? Let's start. So yesterday we talked about all these clear blue things, and I also mentioned that seeing this egg white discharge is not a paramount sign to make you ovulate. So a lot of people who do ovulate and they don't see egg white, and some people do see egg white. It doesn't even mean that they're ovulating. But in most cases, if you've seen egg white, it could be a guarantee or reassurance that you're ovulating, but you don't have to see egg white to guarantee that you're ovulating. I also made clear and made mention of the fact that for you to be ovulating, in most cases, your FSH is less than 30. If your FSH hormone, FSH is follicular stimulating hormone, if that hormone is more than 30 on 2 occasions, 6 weeks apart, it means that you're not ovulating anymore. It could be that you're menopausal or you're going to what we call premature ovarian failure. Premature ovarian failure is very, very rare, but it can happen in families as well. I've seen people, girls, they are 51, they're still ovulating. I've seen people that are these same girls ovulating at 51. They have female siblings, sisters that are 45 and they're not ovulating at all. So it all depends not on your genetic constitution, but also on your lifestyle as well. If you're smoking alcohol, you're overstressed, you could be depleting your eggs at a faster pace. So you need to keep your mind at peace, not having unnecessary stress, help you to ovulate, keep your hormones balanced, and it's very essential to perfect and well-being. So ovulation also can be affected by stress. Stress can increase your prolactin level, and if your prolactin level is high, it will stop you from ovulating. So you need to get this fact tonight. If you're stressed, your prolactin level will be high. And if your prolactin level is excessively high, it will stop you from ovulating. And if you're taking any medications that do increase your prolactin level, if you're taking any medication that can increase your prolactin level, it will affect you and make sure that you don't ovulate. There's a question here on the screen already about follicular tracking. I missed that question. Oh, I wish I saw that. Yes, Emelda Eziane, thank you so much, Emelda. God bless you. And Vivian Essential, she's saying, please tell what to do if ovulate naturally cause something. I can't hear that. You're not seeing egg white. Like I'm saying again, please listen to me attentively. I'm not speaking Spanish, neither am I speaking Greek. Again, listen, attention. You don't have to see egg white to know you are ovulating. Egg white is not a characteristic thing to be seen to convince you you're ovulating. Most people, most women will ovulate and they are not seeing egg white. You don't have to see egg white. Okay? Now, a lot of people do track their ovulation through clear blue test. And I said that yesterday that clear blue test is testing for your LH hormone. Before your egg is released during your ovulation, some few hours before then, less than 24 hours before your egg is released, your LH hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, will spike, will go up. And that is the hormone you test. That is the hormone you test on your clear blue sign that gives you 2 lines to know that, say, madam, you're ovulating. So I say all the time, yes, these things are very good, but you don't have to wait to see these things before you have sex. By having regular intercourse every other day, you're going to increase your chances of getting pregnant up to 90%. I also mentioned yesterday that 5 things must happen to guarantee or to get you pregnant. 5 things must be there all the time to ensure that you're getting pregnant. Number 1 is that you're having regular sex. If everything is okay, you're not having sex, you're not going to get pregnant. For you to get work, you have to apply. If you're not applying for work come and meet you at home. You must be out there applying for a job. To get pregnant, you gotta have regular sex. And regular sex is sex every other day. The only time you're free from sex is during your period. You must have sex every other day. The only time you're free from sex is during your period. I said that yesterday. Number 2, your tubes must not be blocked. We have to check your tubes, that your fallopian tubes are not blocked. That is through HSG. And number 3, I said your husband's sperm count must be perfectly okay. If the sperm count is not good, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's not magic. The sperm count must be at least more than 40 million per meal. Sperm count must be perfect. Number 4, you must be ovulating. And how do you know you're ovulating? That's why you're here tonight, to talk about all these hormones. These hormones we're going to talk about today, like we did yesterday, are very important and very critical to suggest whether you're ovulating or not. And number 5, you must have a womb. A lot of women out there, they've had operation before, they don't know what the operation details were or was. Their tubes has been removed, maybe from ectopic pregnancy, it's been removed from maybe from damage from endometriosis or whatever. They don't have ovary anymore. Some people, people remove their womb through some operation and they didn't know. So you must do ultrasound scan to check that you got ovaries, you got a womb. If you got no womb, you can't get pregnant naturally. You have to need surrogates or probably do IV, or you need some sort of assistance. So basically, all these 5 things must be in place to ensure you're able to get pregnant naturally, or at least. So, and when I focus on ovulation, the number 4, to know if you're ovulating, I said there are 5 hormones or 6 of them which must be measured or checked to know if you're ovulating or to say that you're ovulating well. The number 1 is the LH hormone. Number 2 is the FSH hormone. Number 3 is the estrogen. Number 4 is day 21 progesterone. And number 5 is AMH. I say it again. Listen. LH hormone, luteinizing hormone. Number 2, FSH, follicular stimulating hormone. Number 3, AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone. Number 4 is day 21 progesterone. Number 5 is your prolactin. Sometimes we check testosterone as well. Why do we check all those things? This hormone must be working together in harmony to suggest that you're ovulating. If any of them is amiss, it could be a signal that you're not ovulating anymore. Why do we check your FSH hormone? The FSH hormone is checked to know if it's less than 30. If it's more than 30, higher than 30, 40, 50, 60s, it could be a sign that you're not ovulating anymore. And once you've passed menopause and you're not ovulating anymore, it could be a warning sign that you might need egg donor or you might need some sort of help to get pregnant. Now, we check your progesterone, day 21 progesterone to be precise. Why do we check it and what do we expect? If you do your day 21 progesterone, I expect it to be at least 20 or more. If it's less than that, it could be a sign that you probably have luteal phase defects or some other problem like polycystic ovarian syndrome not making you ovulate. Now, I've seen people that have got polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, popularly called polycystic ovarian syndrome, and some of them do ovulate. But the number 1 cause of not ovulating is PCOS. That is why a lot of women listening to me today need to lose at least 4 to 5 kilograms of their body weight. You say, but doctor, I'm not overweight now. It doesn't matter. Just by losing weight, yes, it can change and turn things around. Losing about at least 4 to 5 kilograms of body weight will make your ovaries work better, your body respond to the hormone better, and make you get pregnant. What medications are you taking? If you're taking any medication that can affect your prolactin level, that can affect your thyroid hormone level, they will make you not to ovulate. And if you're not ovulating, you can't get pregnant. That is why all the time if you come to our laboratory to do test for infertility, we check your thyroid hormone, we check your prolactin, we check your FSH, LH, AMH, and your testosterone to know if any of them is amiss that could be affecting you or stopping you from not getting pregnant. Definitely, you can do your test at any laboratory. But if you come to my laboratory, I'll be much happier. If you come and do all your tests at the ATG laboratories, it gives me joy. And also, I forgot, we're also running a bonanza for IVF center at our ATG IVF center for this month. You can take advantage of that. The cost is reduced by 20%. Why don't you use the opportunity to register for the ATG IVF center if you need IVF, if you need to get pregnant and time is not working on your side? Let us put time positively in your equation to turn things around, to put a smile on your face. ATG Laboratory, ATG IVF Center is open. You can call them tomorrow morning, call Nikki or speak to Dr. Chioma. She will have a private chat with you and she'll get you on your path to getting that baby, which you need, which you want, which will bring you that smile, joy on your face. Now, back to ovulation, as I was saying again. Now, if you look at ovulation itself, a lot of women do get it confused. They get it wrong, trying to count when they are fertile, when they are ovulating. What you need to understand tonight for me is that your fertile window is about 4 to 5 to 6 days in total. Let's say 5 days for average sake. 5 days. Your ovulation day is within your fertile window. Why do we say fertile window? The fertile window is like 5 days because the sperm of a man that is very good can live in the vagina for 3 to 5 days. Yes. So, and your ovulation is a one-time event. In fact, ovulation happens just in an instant. Okay. But the good thing is that the egg released during ovulation can live in the vagina, in the uterus, can survive in a tube for up to 24 hours. That will give enough time for any good sperm that want to get you pregnant to work. So if you think you're going to have sex and you've been told that if you get up after sex, sperm will pour down. They call it Eda in Yoruba. Whatever they call it in your language, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. If your husband is shooting sperm into you, and basically the semen is what you see, like pap, that the man releases into you, your husband, for crying out loud. The semen contains sperm you can't see. You can't see. They are microscopic. Now, if the semen does not contain sperm, no matter how long you hang your leg up and down, tie it and sew it onto the tree, you won't get pregnant if the sperm is not there. Remember, good sperm is out of 5 of those things I mentioned. All those 5 things must work hand in hand. If you've missed those 5 things, watch the video from the beginning. Those 5 things must be there to make you get pregnant. If the sperm is not good, no matter how long you keep your legs in the hair, it's a waste of time. And if the sperm is good, it doesn't matter if you keep your leg 1 second or you get up immediately after sex, it will get you pregnant. Even some sperm, you just need to rub them like toothpaste around the vagina area and they can do the rest. They don't need to tell them or give them GPS to locate where they're going to. They have their own sat nav and they can find the way into the vagina, into the womb, and get the woman pregnant. Now, some people do have what we call retroverted uterus, where the uterus is tilted to the back. It does not cause infertility. It doesn't stop you from getting pregnant. It might make my work harder when I'm trying to examine you. Yes. It can make my work harder if I'm trying to do cervical smear. Yes. It can make my work harder as a doctor if I'm trying to scan you. Yes. But it doesn't stop you from getting pregnant. Neither does retroverted uterus stop you or delay your progress in labor. Retroverted uterus is like normal thing. It's like some people are tall, some people are short. Having retroverted uterus, which means your womb is tilted to the back in your tummy, does not stop you from getting pregnant, and it does not stop. But it can make you uncomfortable during sex, though. Some people, not everybody, but anyway, it's just normal, no problem. If you want to have a private chat with me, please, our links are already on the screen. You can click any of those links on the screen now to have a private chat with me. We have different services available at different price depending on what suits you or what suits your pocket. You can click on those links and you'll be chatting with me directly on my WhatsApp as soon as possible. Obviously, I'm talking now. I can't chat with you now. Once I finish this live show, I'll be on the phone chatting with you because I love you. Because I want to put a smile on your face and turn things around for you. Now, let's go back to our talk about ovulation. Now, when I say fertile window, ovulation, many women will answer me, Doctor, my period is not regular. First of all, if your period is not regular, what I'm going to discuss now might not be useful for you. Yes, because what I'm discussing now is based on regular period. If you're having a regular period, then definitely you need to know why your period is irregular, why your period is not working according to plan by doing proper hormonal profile and checking why your cycle is not regular. But if your cycle is regular, if you're among the people that have regular cycle, that means you're probably among the 80% of people. Most people, 80% or more of women, they have regular cycle. Yes. Some people do have a regular cycle. Maybe you're approaching menopause. Maybe you're going through your premenopausal phase. Maybe you have some hormonal imbalance. It will cause you trouble and give you headache. But if you have a regular period, then this talk I'm going to say on the board now, on the whiteboard now, might be beneficial to you. I'm trying to see how I can bring my whiteboard to the screen here. Remind you, I have about four phones on live, so you might not see me clearly. I'll try as much as possible to do what I can. Now look at this board, this whiteboard, lovely. So now you can see this red marker, okay? You can see this on your screen. It's very clear on YouTube, very clear on Instagram, and a bit good on Facebook as well. I'm going to use this black marker to explain to you this things. Most cycles will be 27 days to 28 days. 27 to 28 days. Most people will have such cycle. Most will have 28 days. And there's a reason for this. Yeah, okay. So this is your day 1 of your cycle, okay? Day 1. And this is day 28. All right? Now, I'm going to divide this, our menstrual cycle, into 2 parts. And when I say 2 parts, I don't mean 2 equal parts. Don't get me wrong. When I say 2 parts, it's never 2 equal parts. Listen and follow me. If I've been told by my daddy to give, rest in peace, to give meat to my younger brother when I was younger, I'll probably take a bigger chunk. Because I love myself. I love myself, obviously. I'll give him a smaller chunk that you're the small boy. Obviously, it's 2 but it's not 2 equal parts. When I say divide into 2, it's not always into 2 equal parts. So don't forget that. Keep that in mind. Okay, now let's continue. Now, if I decide divide this cycle into 14 days, and I say 2 parts, 14 days, the second 14 days must always be constant. So they told me, Mr. J, divide this meat into 2. You take 14 parts, the remaining give your younger brother. It makes it easier, isn't it? That's what I'm going to say now. So if I say your cycle all the time, divide it into 2, okay? But the last part must be 14 all the time. So we always have 14 days in between here. 14 days, okay? So that is it. If I have a 28-day cycle, automatically that becomes 14 and 14. But if I have a 27-day cycle, that will change to 13 and 14. If I have a 26-day cycle, that will change to what? 14 here and 12 here. Okay? If I have a 25-day cycle, what's going to happen? That will change to what? 14 is always here. Don't forget, that will become 11 here. So the last part is always constant for God. The remaining part is always different depending on who you are. Okay? That is just an example. Now, if we focus on this 28-day cycle, you'll be ovulating on day 14. If you focus on this 27-day cycle, you're going to ovulate on day 13. The same thing if you focus on 26 days. I know my phone is on the reverse because it's the nature of cell phones. By the time you get this published on ATG YouTube video, which you must not miss, which you should be subscribed to now. If you're watching me, you should be subscribed to our YouTube video. Our YouTube video has our videos in chronological order, and you will not miss any of our discussion. So, but when you watch this thing on YouTube video, you see that it is back to normal, the way it's supposed to be. All right. So, like I said again, 14 is always constant in the second half. The first part of it always vary depending on who you are. So back to my point. Follow me. If you have a 28-day cycle, you're going to ovulate on day 14. You have a 27-day cycle, you're going to ovulate on day 13. 26-day cycle, ovulate on day 12. 25-day cycle, ovulate on day 11. This is for those people that have regular cycle. If you don't have regular cycle, this part of this talk is not for you, but it might be for you in future. So listen and let's go together. Now again, this date 14, 13, 12, 11 does not have to be on January 12 or February 12 or February 13 or March 14. It can vary depending on what time of the month. Because no 2 months are equal all the time, it can keep varying. Your day 14 could be January 14. Your day 14 next month could be February 12, or it could be March 16, or it could be April 18, or they move fall into May 16. Day 14 can always change depending on anyone. Day 14 is not going to be the day 14 for you or for anyone. Day 14 don't have to be day 14 of the month. It depends, okay? So, for example, if you start bleeding on January 1, your day 14 will be January 14. The 28th is January 28. You start another cycle again on January 29. Can you see? It's different now. You get to February, around day 12, you'll be ovulating because it's a different month. So if you ovulated on January 14, you could be ovulating on February 12. So it all depends. That's why you need to have a software in your phone to check this, or a calendar that you can mark your period. Most people will bleed for about 3 to 4 days. It's very common. Some will bleed for up to 3 or 5 days. It's okay. If you're having heavy bleeding, then definitely you need to get scanned to check for fibroid or endometrial polyp that could be causing heavy bleeding. Now, back again to our calendar here. Let's take an example. A lady that has... Now, I can't go through all the examples for everybody. I'll use one. So pay attention. If somebody has a 27-day cycle, okay, and on January 1, right, they had a period. So on January 13, they're ovulating, okay? Then January 27 is the end of that cycle. So January 28 is their day 1 again, okay? 28, 29, 30, 31. So for them, so February 9, they'll be ovulating for this particular person. So it all depends, okay? So pay attention that your day of ovulation does not have to be the same day of the month. It will change. So for this person, she ovulated January 13, she'll be ovulating February 9 because she had a 27-day cycle. So that is what I'm trying to say to you today. on this program. I hope that menstrual cycle calendar makes sense a bit. I've got more videos on YouTube that you can watch that will make more sense, that will even go into further details. We have about 3 YouTube videos, about 1 hour or 30 minutes each. You can watch them over and over again. Watch them over and over and over again. After a while, it starts to make sense. You know, I can't go through the cycle for everybody watching me because it's never going to end. But if you get a principle, you can work things out yourself. I'll teach you to fish than rather giving you fish every day. That's my purpose here, to make a difference, even if it's small, in your life, in the life of everybody watching me today. Now, once again, let's go back to our ovulation talk. Why is it that most women focus on just knowing their ovulation day? Yes, they want to know when their husband will come so that they can have proper sex and get pregnant during that time. It's okay. It's a valid reason. Yes, they want to know when to use Pre-Seed to make sure that their action, their bedmatics, their baby play, baby dance makes sense. Yes, it's true. It's not easy to have sex all the time because people are working these days. I know that for sure. I understand that. But don't focus only on ovulation to have sex. You see, some people, they have sex on day 4 and they got pregnant. Some people, yes, they had sex on day 9, they got pregnant. You don't have to wait for ovulation day to get pregnant to have sex. Okay. So, there's a question here for my Ngozi. Let's take questions already anyway. People are already asking questions. Ngozi Chiwumba is saying that if you had a 2-day cycle, yes, that's okay. What you need to know is your menstrual. Remember, as I'm talking about all these things, okay, all this cycle here, I didn't mention about how many days bleeding you have. I didn't. That's not a factor here. What you need to understand is that how many days are in between the first day of your period to the first day of your next period. The days in between, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, how many days? 20, 28. Those number, that number, whatever it is your menstrual cycle. That is what you need to calculate your ovulation window, your ovulation day. Now, once you know your ovulation day, how do you know your fertile window? If, for example, this lady is ovulating on day 14, okay? That means that 5 days is a fertile window. And what are those 5 days? That'll be 2 days. That'll be day 12, day 13, day 14, 15, 16. That'll make entire 5 days. So, because those 5 days, the sperm can live in the vagina. So she'll be fertile from day 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 of her cycle. Again, she'll be fertile on day 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of her cycle. Is it possible to ovulate immediately after period? Yes. You can ovulate immediately after period. It's very, very rare, but it's possible. There's nothing called impossible in medicine. If you have a regular 28-day cycle, that's fine. Just follow my advice here to calculate your ovulation. If you have a 22-day cycle, it's short though, but just follow my advice here to know your day of ovulation, okay? That is all we have today. I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I might not be here because I'll be busy at work all night, but I'll see you again on Friday, all things being equal. I want to talk to more about this. Ogechukwu is asking for the channel of our YouTube. Just type in Ask the Gynecologist and you see a YouTube channel. Please, can somebody help me give Ogechukwu our YouTube channel? Yeah, so Olayemi is saying that our FSH is 7.8, LH is 7.8. Is it normal? It's normal. Your cycle can change plus or minus 2 days if you just had a miscarriage, you just had a baby, you just had a hysteroscopy, or you just had HSG. Your cycle can change a bit, so that can happen. There's a question here on Instagram. Is it a must to trigger shot after ovulation induction with letrozole? Trigger shot is not given by letrozole. Okay, if you're given letrozole or Clomid, do you need a trigger shot? No, you don't. No, we do for follicular tracking, okay? You're on Clomid, you went for follicular tracking. How does it work? So you go for your follicular tracking, they'll do a transvaginal scan around day 9 to see if your egg follicles is developing according to size. We usually aim for at least 12 millimeter size of follicle to suggest that you're ovulating. You had a miscarriage 27th of October. How many day cycle is it okay? You're having a 30-day cycle. It's okay as far as it's regular. It's regular. That's fine. Can a woman be blocked tube ovulate? You can ovulate with blocked tubes. Yes, you can ovulate with blocked tube. But if your tubes are blocked, the egg you've released cannot get into your womb, and so it's useless. The egg will just die in the tube and it's regressed, and the body will absorb it. If you got blocked tubes, if you're ovulating, which you can ovulate, the egg will have no way to get into your womb cavity to go and meet the egg to get you pregnant. What if you don't have any procedure but cycle is changing? If you haven't got any procedure, your cycle is changing all the time, then go and do your hormonal profile to check your hormones that they are okay. Prolactin 20 is fine. How can you boost your ovulation naturally? By losing weight and eating balanced diet, eating lots of fruits as well, and having regular exercise. Best time to have a male child, I don't know. Chika, Nancy, Chima, how are you? Thank you so much. You want to have personal discussion with me, Victoria L. Ojo? You can. Just use the premium services, okay? You took Decapeptyl to shrink fibroids before my myomectomy. Can you proceed with IVF without having a period? Yes, you can. But the doctor will need to stimulate your ovaries. You need to come off the Decapeptyl medication and then start ovulating again. And then we can stimulate your ovaries and get you pregnant. Yes, you can. How is FSH something? I can't see that question. I used to ovulate, strip, the cycle is something positive. Very good. Ovulation stream positive for 3 days. Is that okay? Yes, it's okay. Just have regular sex, okay? Is discharge early pregnancy normal? You can have a discharge in early pregnancy as far as it's not offensive, it's not smelly, it's not malodorous, it's not itchy, doesn't contain blood, it's clear discharge, it's okay. You don't have to have, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tina James, how are you? You had a miscarriage August 18. How long can you get pregnant? As soon as you think you're mentally okay, physically okay, start having regular sex, you can get pregnant. Doctor, what are the remedy for hyprolactin? We can use the bromocriptine. We can use this other one. We can use bromocriptine. We can use Dostinex to treat hyprolactin. Thank you. Prolactin 19 is okay. Perfect. How long is HSG? HSG takes less than 10 minutes to be done. It can be done anytime from day 4 to day 10 of your cycle. Okay. Good evening, Annie Johnson. Can one experience pain during ovulation? Yes, you can have some slight discomfort or pain during ovulation. How is FSH test done? FSH is done by taking your blood sample within day 2, within day 2 or day 3 or day 4 or day 5 of your cycle. Anyone is okay. You can take it on day 2 or day 3 or day 4 or day 5 of the cycle. It's a blood test done. Okay. So once you see your period, day 1, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anytime between day 2 to 5, they can take your FSH. Okay. See you soon. God bless you. Love you so much. Love myself too. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend in advance. Our seminar this month is free. It's time for you to subscribe there and join the seminar page. It's free. Get settled in, and I'll see you also. Thank you. Bye-bye.